For Mr. George Casey.
My mind begins unraveling as I start traveling through time. I shall not fear, for my destiny lies greater than that which is here. Through tunnels of darkness grows light, but it's suppressed by no movement. Motion becomes only a thought, as I am brought for just a second. Back to reality. But realness has no meaning, meaning still I am lost, yet found. Bound by the shackles and chains that enslave my brain, leaving me motionless, yet standing still. Demanding more from life than life demands from me, releasing my inhibitions, allowing my soul to be free. You see, free is an idea, and it's been made a promise. And we all know what happens to promises. They're made to be broken, and so they break. Like glass. But like glass, I see through them, no past them. For past them has no limitations. Past them lies that freedom that remains to be seen, that peace of the American dream, that small peace that calls for peace so I can be at peace. And ladies and gentlemen, I pray that peace be with you. Fellow Toastmasters, guests, family, and friends, my disclaimer for the day, I am not my hair. Nor am I the color of my skin. But on many occasions, when people were describing who I am to someone who didn't know, it was always, you know, George, the big, bald, black guy. No, ladies and gentlemen, I am not my hair, nor am I the color of my skin. But many years ago, many years ago, at the tender age of 15, a young male making his way in society, I got caught up. RWB. That's riding while black. It was myself and two other friends, both black. The driver, a Hispanic, driving through a neighborhood looking for something to do. The wrong place at the wrong time, we were pulled over. I guess we fit the description. We were forced to get out of this car. And without any reasoning, we're forced to assume the position. While they had the dogs less than a couple feet away, barking. No, ladies and gentlemen, I am not my skin. At this moment, I believed as Martin Luther King Jr. did, when he said, and one day he wished that his 4 sons would be judged not by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. Not the skin, but the color of the content of their character. That was deep for me. But today, I'm willing to stand up and forget that, put my past behind me, because I am no longer my past. Even though I've done several bad things in my past, things that I'm not proud of, things that I could have done better, things that I could have done differently, I don't hold those things against me. I have forgiven myself for being those people or that person. And today, I hope that you can forgive me as well. I am not my vehicle, even though I drive a Yukon XL. Speak status. I am not my place of residence. Even though I'm a single man, I stay in a 3-bedroom home. I am not these things. Even though once upon a time in my life, I found myself homeless. And my residence just so happens to be a back seat of a car. But that's no longer who I am. I am not my bank account. And I try to explain this to my bill collectors. You see, sometimes we have a notion to look at our bank statements and we equate that to who we are. Just because you haven't hit that big time yet doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. Don't hold yourself to that standard. You are not those things. I am not those things. We are not those things. So we can't get caught up on being something that we're not. I'm not those things. I've progressed. Throughout my life, I've progressed. And I always try to be not better than anyone else. That's not who I am. I try to be better than I was yesterday. And as I look back down that dark road, as it says, it takes courage to examine those dark corners of the soul. More, in fact, than it takes a soldier on the combat field. I took this hard, long examination. And ladies and gentlemen, Toastmasters and friends, I tell you today, I am not those things. But everything I'm not, in the words of Kanye West, made me everything I am.